Who the hell ordered Mike Flynn's transcript for his call with the Russians? If it ain't a FISA warrant, it ain't a criminal warrant, and it most certainly wasn't an unmasking. How did we get it? I'm so excited to bring this. Let's go to the Epoch Times piece, which is a great newspaper and online outlet. Here's the FBI's. You read this piece. Read it, please. Peter Schwab. In the show notes today, go to Bongino.com/newsletter. I will email you these articles. That is the show notes. I'll email you them every day. Read this piece. It's worth your time. Epoch Times. Flynn's name never masked in call transcripts briefed to Obama. Records indicate. I thought we told they got... how is this possible? Flynn's name was never masked. We were told that they got the Flynn phone call. They read the transcript because Flynn's name was unmasked, that third way of getting a copy of the call. But his name was never masked. So how did they get it from unmasking if it was never masked? I'm just asking simple questions. This Epoch Times piece is super short, but super good because this guy, Peter Schwab, has always been all over this, and there are 2 gems hidden in that thing. Let's go to gem number 1. Remember the question. Don't forget this question. Don't let the details get in the way of this question. Who the hell ordered Mike Flynn's transcript for his call with the Russians? If it ain't a FISA warrant, it ain't a criminal warrant, and it most certainly wasn't an unmasking. How did we get it? Let's go to takeaway number 1 from the Epoch Times piece. Oh, this is a beauty. Quote, Jim Comey said the calls were turned up at the end of December, beginning of January. Wait, keep this up a second. Keep this up a second. Do not take this off the screen. If you're watching on YouTube, read that first sentence again. Jim Comey, director of the FBI, said that the calls were, quote, turned up at the end of December, beginning of January. Ladies and gentlemen, come back to me for a minute. How? I know I'm confusing poor Paul. He's got to take him down, put him. How? How did they turn up? What did he turn up? What is this, a scavenger hunt? What are we searching for, Easter eggs around Easter that the Easter Bunny left behind? What do you mean they turned up? A call with the incoming national security advisor and a Russian diplomat, Kislyak, just magically turned up at the FBI. How? There's no FISA warrant, there's no criminal warrant, there's no unmasking request until January 4th. But if you can go back to that a moment, that doesn't say the call turned up on January 4th. This is Comey's own words. It says it turned up at the end of December, beginning of January. How? It goes on to say, then Director of National Intelligence Jim Clapper requested copies from Comey and briefed Obama. His Vice President Joe Biden, ooh, that's going to hurt, and Obama's senior staff about the calls. Comey said, how did they get the call? It was unmasking. That's strange because there are no unmasking requests. From December 28th, the day before the call, you can't unmask a call that hasn't happened. There's none on Flynn's name up until January 4th. But Comey says we already have the call in late December. How? Oh, this gets good. This gets good. This hit me last night like a freaking bolt of lightning. I'm reading this piece, the Epoch Times. I can't rest anymore. It drives Paula nuts. I'm never off the phone reading stuff because I'm obsessed with this. How they got the damn Flynn phone call. Let's go to takeaway number 2 from the Epoch Times piece. This is it. This is a nuclear bomb. I mean, this is a hydrogen bomb. So here we go. Quote, Epoch Times. As Deputy Director Andy McCabe described the origins of these transcripts we're talking about, McCabe said this, quote, they came up. We found them through an effort without getting into too long of an explanation. Convenient how he wants to leave the explanation out, by the way, how they just turned up. And he says, and in an effort to respond to a tasking from redacted. And so the results of what we found were communicated to the agency, who I think had the pen on that response. Oh, here it is. What? So you got the call and you found the call based on a task you received from some redacted person nobody wants us to see? Who could that be? Who could that? Paula, do we have like a napkin here? Here, I have a. Yeah, I do have a napkin. That's just unbelievable. Here's Obama. It's Obama. He needs the mattifier. Unbelievable. I had a napkin in there. It's because I sweat sometimes at Fox. It's so damn hot in this studio. Who tasked the FBI with finding that call? Well, we should be asking a question because we do homework here, unlike the hack, grotesque Pravda media. That's not interested in this at all. It was an unmasking. It was. Why are there no unmasking requests? Who has the power to order the FBI to go get that call? Well, again, doing homework the media won't do. Let's go right to the FISA, the actual FISA law, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act of 1978, which dictates how we conduct surveillance on foreigners. The Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, for those in the media who don't understand acronyms. Let's just read the text itself. Who could actually order that kind of thing? Oh, baby, here it goes. Here is an exception to the court order requirement. In other words, because there's no criminal warrant, there's probably no FISA warrant. You mean someone can order surveillance without a court order? Apparently, who is it? Thanks to Paula for highlighting it. The President of the United States may authorize electronic surveillance to acquire foreign intelligence information for periods of up to 1 year without a FISA court warrant. Oh, and this is great. And who has to certify it? You read that right. The darn Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, where the Attorney General certifies that there is no substantial likelihood that listen to this, that the surveillance will acquire the contents of any communication to which a U.S. person is a party, provided this surveillance is directed solely at communications among or between foreign powers. Fascinating. Was this an order by the Attorney General? Is that who on the orders of Barack Obama himself? And he was Mike Flynn just caught up in, quote, incidental collection on a foreign power? What other explanation is there? He was not unmasked. The FBI has already said on the record we had the call in December. The call happened December 29th. There are no unmasking requests. We don't know about any FISA warrants yet on Flynn, and the IG report doesn't indicate there was one. We know there was an active investigation into Flynn. And the chances of there being a criminal warrant on Flynn are almost zero. Although, I'll be honest, these days I don't eliminate anything anymore. Did Barack Obama order this?
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show. You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 @DBongino.